It's a momentous occasion for the channel because this will be the first vintage Marantz that I have got my hands on since starting the channel. There will hopefully be a lot more because I love these old Marantz, but this is the first one. Well, as long as my Marantz is actually in this box, because looking at that box there, it says Tails.com on it, and there is a picture of a dog on the box. So I hope no one has posted me an Alsatian or a Rottweiler, because that'll upset the cat and it might cock its leg up my speakers. So yeah, when I took delivery of this box, I had to ask my missus if she'd ordered anything, because I thought surely that Marantz is not in a box that size, because although this Marantz will be quite a big amplifier, it does not need to be in the world's biggest box. But my missus has not ordered anything, so all it can be is my nice old vintage Marantz or a Rottweiler. So let me jump in now and we'll open the box and see what I have actually got. And if I get ravaged by a mad wild dog, it's been nice making videos for you all, and thank you for subscribing. So this Marantz, the 1050, is 25 watts per channel and it's from 1978, this one. So happy days. This one is a proper vintage Marantz with a nice aluminium faceplate, and it should have that lovely vintage Marantz sound. So let me put my knife down and let's see if it's my amp or a big dog. Down boy, sit. Coy, he's massive in there and he really ain't happy. No, I'm only joking. It looks like it is my Marantz and it's been packaged really well. There is a ton of foam on the top here, big thick foam as well, look at that. So by the look of it, all round this amp in this box is this big foam. So the seller has done a lovely job boxing this up. This is one of the best wrapped up ones I've had in ages. Ton of foam in there. And by the look of it, the amp has been totally wrapped in bubble wrap inside all that foam. So this one will not have taken any damage. Oh, I'm going to save this seller so I can find him again. So let me get the camera and I'll show you how well this thing has been wrapped up. This really is the best wrapped one I have had in a long time. Maybe ever. Just look at that. It's got all that thick foam all the way round it. Then a big lump of cardboard wrapped round it, and the whole thing is wrapped in bubble wrap. And there she is, look, model 1050. Oh, it's like Christmas getting this one. I've been so looking forward to getting my hands on this today, because I was up early this morning and I looked on the computer at the tracking and it said out for delivery, and I know Royal Mail normally comes to my house early afternoon, so all morning I have just been like a kid on Christmas Day and I've been nice and quiet and just listening for the door. And my missus knew I was excited, so guess what she did? She thought it'd be funny to play a little prank on me. So she waited until I got in the shower. And then she went, I've just got to pop over the shop for 10 minutes. I won't be long. And then she went out the front door. But she was not going over the shop. She just stood outside the front door for a couple of minutes and then rung the doorbell. So I dived out of the shower, grabbed a towel and just run down the stairs soaking wet and opened the front door, and she went trick or treat and then burst out laughing. So I owe her a bit of payback. But I might let her off, because after she had finished laughing, she did cook a rather mean full English breakfast. So I just chucked the box out of the way, and with this Marantz, James actually found this one, because I picked James up on my way home from work the other night, and we got back here, and I checked the channel for messages and that, and James went straight on eBay to see what had been listed that day. So I'm on the computer sorting out the channel, and James is on his phone on eBay. And then all of a sudden James went to me, "Here, look at this is well cheap," and he gave me his phone. So I've looked, and it's this Marantz. Now, it wasn't listed as a Marantz, it was just listed as an amplifier, but it was in the buy it now, and it really was dirt cheap. The seller obviously did not know what this Marantz was. So as soon as I'd seen it on James's phone, I just shut the channel down, fired up eBay, found it, bought it. And then James went, "Oh no, you're not going to believe this." I went, "What?" He said, "That Marantz has sold already." I went, "Yeah, I know, I've just bought it." He went, "What, you've bought that already?" I went, "Yeah, I weren't hanging around with that, mate. That's well cheap." So you'll see now, it has got the three little knobs missing off the front. So it's got the knobs missing off the two sliders on the bass and the treble, and the little knob missing off the balance slider, and the little bit on the balance, the little metal part that you slide up and down, is bent. But that'll straighten up alright. So basically the front of this one needs three of them little knobs. And I don't know anything else about this one, because on the listing all it said was amplifier, came from house clearance, sold as seen. So I don't know anything else about this one. Might have a load wrong with it, might have nothing wrong with it, I don't know. It was so cheap I just bought it before anyone else did. And it was worth what I paid for it, just for that faceplate. That faceplate on its own would sell for more than I've paid for this amplifier. And with this one, this 1050 makes right decent money. People really want this one, so even if I have to spend a bit of money on it, it will still be worth it. There you can see, look, that balance bit is bent right down, and the knobs are missing off of them sliders. And they feel alright actually, them sliders, 'cause they can be problems. Now, I'm not saying they are fully working, but they feel nice, because a lot of the time they go like really seized up and they're really hard to move, but they was working really nice. So that's a good start with this one. The sliders feel good on it. And just look at it, it looks good, this Marantz. It's got a few scratches on it, but there's no dents or nothing on that faceplate. So let's have a feel of the volume. Yeah, the volume pot, that feels really nice. Let's try it. Right, that's seized up. Right, that don't want to move. That's like locked on speaker 1. Oh, so that's got a problem. Let's try it that way. Right, it goes to off, goes to 1. I'm not going to force that in case I break it. I'll have all that apart. That is seized up. It goes off 1, then does not want to move any further. Power button feels alright. Loudness button feels okay. Yeah, power and loudness both feel good. Another slider here. That feels alright. And again, the balance slider on these Marantz can be a problem. Right, mono button, that feels alright, it feels like it's working properly. Low filter, yeah, again, that low filter button, that feels good. Mono feels good. Right, so that's your tape deck one, yeah, that feels good. And the selector, yeah, that feels alright, it's moving nice, that selector. Yeah, so they all feel good apart from this one. and that does not want to move past 1. I don't want to force it. I'll have that apart and check out why it's stuck on 1. So faults aside, I really like my new Marantz. Just look at her. She is lovely for what I paid for it. I do think this is the biggest bargain I have had in a long time. And alright, it's not a lovely old vintage Marantz receiver, but it will still sound as good as one of them receivers. And I like the look of these Marantz amplifiers. I think they really look good. So I'll just put the camera down for a second while I turn the Marantz round, and I'll let you look at my other Marantz. Now that one there is a PM48, and I bought that one not working, but I've been right through it and fixed it, and that is working lovely now. But it looks very different to the one I've got today, don't it? Because that one there is from 1996, and the 1050 I've just got 1978. So there is 18 years between them two. So let's have a look at the back of this 1050. So it's got its nice badge on the back there, look, Marantz, California. It has got a dent there in the casing, look. And I doubt that's been done in the post. Not with all that bubble wrap and all that sponge round it. So it must have been like that before the seller posted it. Because there was no pictures of the back. There was just one picture of the front of this amp. That's all that was on the computer. No other photos. So it's got phono, tuner, auxiliary, and then your tape monitor and a 5-pin DIN tape one. We'll take 2 sets of speakers, and they all feel good, them speaker terminals. Yeah, all of them feel nice. So you got your voltage selector, and it's got a fuse there in the back of it. So not much going on at the back of this Marantz apart from that lovely badge there. Marantz, Chatsworth, California, USA, model 1050. Designed in the USA, produced in Japan. That little badge, that's a work of art on its own, that is. And all these old Marantz have a plaque like that on the back of them. So I'll let you look at my other Marantz for a moment again, and I'll turn the 1050 back round and do the measurements on it, because I've got my tape measure with me, and it is actually quite a big amplifier, this old 1050. Considering it is only 25 watts per channel, it is rather big. So let's see how big. So that is 16.5 inches wide, or about 42 centimetres. And then how deep is it? So that is about 9.5 inches deep, or 24 centimetres. And this is where it's big, is how tall it is. So there, look, that is 6.25 inches, or nearly 16 centimetres tall. So it's not much wider than other amplifiers, but it is definitely a lot taller. And I do like the look of it. I love the look of these old Marantz amplifiers. A lot of people don't like these. They only want the receivers. And I do get that, because the receivers look really good. But I think these amplifiers do as well. So I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but if we look through the grill there, it does look very dirty inside this old Marantz. There is a load of that sticky fluff and that in there. I can see the transformers in it, which is good, but it's definitely going to need a bit of serious cleaning in there. So I've just put the camera down again, and I shall do what I always do, and that is get another amp or receiver to put with this Marantz to give you a size comparison. So today I'm going to put with it my Pioneer SX750, because that is just sitting beside me here, but I'm not going to stand that Pioneer on top of the Marantz. It is too big. So I'm going to put the Marantz on top of the Pioneer. And I do think with these two, these are another two that could have been in the hi-fi shop for sale at exactly the same time. Because this Marantz was first made 1978 and that Pioneer was first made 1976. But I think that Pioneer was made for quite a long time, so both of them could have been in a nice 70s hi-fi shop sitting on the shelf together. And both of them two would have been in the high-end bit, wouldn't they? They would have not been sitting in the budget section. So there you can see the Pioneer is a fair bit wider. It's a good inch and a half wider either side. And it is a bit deeper, that Pioneer, but it's not as tall. But that Pioneer is a massive receiver, so it just shows you how big that Marantz actually is, because it is not that much smaller than that Pioneer. And if you was in that 1970s hi-fi shop, looking at them two on the shelf, the salesman would have come over, wouldn't he? Mr. Smooth in his flares with his big moustache. And he would have gone, "Good afternoon, sir. Can I interest you in this lovely Marantz amplifier or this lovely Pioneer receiver?" And I would have gone, "Oh, yes, please, Mr. Smooth, but can you tell me how much they are?" And he would have said the price, and I would have gone, "How much?" "You're having a laugh, Mr. Smooth. The Pioneer might be worth it, but that old Marantz isn't. Look at it, it's got 3 knobs missing, and the balance part is bent, and that speaker bit, look, this bit here, doesn't even move, Mr. Smooth. Look, that bit won't go no further than that. So shall we have a deal on it, Mr. Smooth? Come on, Mr. Smooth, I'll give you half price for it, and I'll take it home like that and see what I can do with it." So looking at them there, that Marantz is a very similar size, isn't it, to that JVC I've got there. That JVC is an AS5. And them two could have been in the shop together because there is only 1 year between them. The Marantz 1978 and that JVC 1979. But I do think that JVC would have been in the budget section, whereas the Marantz would have been in the high-end part. And considering there is only 1 year between them two, that JVC really does look a lot more modern than the Marantz, because the Marantz looks quite old-fashioned, don't it? It looks good, the Marantz, but it definitely looks vintage. And I like the look of that Marantz. I'm looking forward to finding them buttons, getting this one onto my other channel, going right through it and trying to get it working. And if I can get it working, I'm looking forward to trying this Marantz out on all my different speakers, because I do think this Marantz 1050 really is going to have a top banana sound to it. So thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and I shall see you next time.